Hiya, and welcome to the Finch Keeper. This is the first in many volumes, hopefully. I have so much to tell you, so much to explain. There's just so much, I'm just never going to fit it in one DVD. So what I've decided to do is to make all the videos in the categories, and I'll extend them over several DVDs. And you have to excuse the noise, I've got so many noisy birds, and I've got the shout out out, it's their day out at the moment, so they get a little bit excited. There's a lot of things I want to cover. Like I said, there's just no way I'm going to do it in like a short one DVD, or it's going to take quite a lot. I just want to share basically all the information that I've learned up to date with you. So whether you're an experienced bird keeper, breeder, etc., or whether you're just a novice, or just have a general interest in birds, really. Personal experience for me, I think birds are fantastic. You can't go wrong. There's a lot of things that can go wrong, obviously, but I just think for me, it's the #1 hobby. I mean, there's always something new to learn. There's always something going on. They're interesting. You may like them because of their singing abilities, their playability. Like my birds are continuously playing all the time. Maybe they're just too happy. I don't know. Maybe you just like the colour, I don't know. Maybe you just like the general character. There's just so many things about a bird that you can like, and there's not really a lot to dislike apart from that too. I just think if you keep the birds well cleaned, looked after, well fed, give them plenty of exercise, and they'll reward you 100 times over. The next video, what I'm going to put on this DVD, will be basically about the basics. So then the one after that, hopefully, will be about the toxins. So that's how I plan to do the video. I'm going to start off basically simple. So it's just mainly for beginners, really. And as the DVD progresses, it'll become more in depth for more experienced breeders, or maybe you're just inexperienced at the moment and just hoping to get a little bit. I wouldn't say, I know people keep cheering me on saying, yeah, you're great, but I don't think anyone's great. I mean, a lot of my experiences are basically other people's experiences, which I've studied, I've researched, and I've gone out and I've learned. Rather than have to go to the same mistakes that they went through, I've learned from their mistakes, hoping that you will learn from their mistakes as I'm presenting this to you. So you don't have to follow the footsteps of people who've lost so many birds. By taking heed of a lot of stuff that I'm going to put into this video, or over the coming videos, hopefully that you won't lose many birds, if any at all. I plan to cover things like illnesses, how to find out or detect an illness in its early stages if possible, how to deal with that illness. Hopefully I will cover things like microscopy. So if you haven't got a microscope, I would get one. My advice to you, if you don't have a microscope, go and get one. And you want one that records at least of a magnification of 400, bare minimum, and then hopefully go up over 1,000 times magnification. That's the one that I use. It does all of those anyway. I just can't think really, because there's just so many things that you're going to need to get if you don't have it already. Hospital cages, carry cages. I mean, these are some of the things. These are some of the things that you're going to need. It's a bit dirty at the moment because it hasn't been cleaned. Well, it has been cleaned, but the birds have been playing over it. This is something you're going to need to get in case you need to take your bird to the vet in a hurry. Obviously, you're not going to take them. Everybody's going to take them in a box. This is the ideal sort of thing that you can get. You really want one that you get cover over it. If it's a windy day or it's cold, so you keep them warm. Or if you're going to buy a bird, or you're selling a bird to someone, and this is what you call a transporter cage or a bird carrier. That's the ideal sort of thing that you want. They don't cost much either. Another thing which I've just had built for me, it's not quite finished yet. A hospital cage. I'll go into this on the next video. But this is something you're going to need as well if you've not got one already. This is about the right size. You don't really want to go much smaller, and you definitely don't want to go much bigger. This has got like a perspex front on it, so keeps the heat in. Also, the bird can't get anything stuck in it as well. Look at its head or legs or wings stuck, etc. Most of the time, the bird's ill, they won't do that anyway. They just sit down and fluff up. But this isn't quite finished. I've got to put a heater on top yet, which is I'm still waiting for it coming through the post, and that will go on top. And then you can program it for a temperature of about 85 degrees. So you can keep it the environment 85 degrees, and there will be air circulation in there as well, so it's constantly pressure. These are definitely a must. Like I say, on the next video I'll explain a bit more about that. There's quite a lot of things that you're going to need to get, which I've got down here. Again, I'll explain in the next video as well. But anyway, I want to cover everything I can. There's so many things. So there's so many things that I've learned, not just by other people, but my own mistakes as well. I mean, I'm a victim as well, just as much as the people before me. I've lost birds. I've lost quite a lot of birds. You know, and I've lost just mostly chicks. But when I first started keeping birds, I didn't really know a great deal about them. I used to have them when I was younger, but even then I never really knew a great deal. I knew the basics, but I wish I had what you're about to get, basically. You know, basically, like, if there's a problem, I can just go, oh, rather than, you know, run around panicking, I need this, I need that, what do I do? I can just say, oh, well, I'll look for the video, there's a health problem, I'll just go to the health section on the DVDs, and I'll put the DVD in, and there's my answer. I never had that, and I'm hoping to give to you, which is what I never had. So, the idea is to save a lot of birds. So, yeah, so, anyway, I'm just trying to think what else I can put on this introduction for you. So, yeah, I think that'll probably cover most of that anyway. Like I say, if you don't have any birds at the moment, and you are thinking about getting them, it is well worth it. But you want to make sure you're armed with all the information first, and you know, just make sure you've got everything that you need first before you don't want to just go out and think, oh, I'll go and buy a bird, I like that bird. Like I did. I went out and bought a bird, and I've got it home, and about a week later it died. And it was a Gordian. It was the first time I've ever had Gordians. And I just thought to myself, well, I like the colour, I like the song, it's unusual, I've never seen anything. To me it was just, wow, look at that bird, look at the colour, I thought, I've got to have it. And it was expensive, and I thought, well, I'm going to have it anyway. And I didn't know, because it was the only one I bought at the time, it was on its own. I didn't realise, I didn't really stop to think, you know, this bird's going to need a partner. And then I didn't know about its living environment, I didn't know about the molting cycle, I didn't know the general health problems that they're prone to. I didn't know their general diet. I didn't know about their nutritional needs. There's just so many things that I didn't know about that bird. So for you, it doesn't matter whether it's a Gordian, a zebra finch, a shaft-tail, bullfinch, a goldfinch. It doesn't matter what bird what finch you're getting. You need to make sure that before you buy that bird, you know all of its background. You know where it comes from in the world. How the bird would generally live in the wild. Is it like an open? Does it live in large open fields? Does it live in the woodlands? Does it like noise? Doesn't it like noise? It's the same for you. If you like your quiet, you don't want to get a noisy bird. Or else you'll end up getting rid of it because it's too noisy. You know, maybe you live in a quiet place where you need a bit of noise, so you think, oh, I get a bit of noise, you know, and it'd be nice to have a little chirpy bird in the background, you know, you find the right sort of bird that suits you. And like I say, do find out about the bird first. Ask friends, do a bit of research online, go to your library, just open up a few, maybe even buy a book on the bird. I mean, the more you know about that bird before you buy it, you can have everything ready so that the cage looks nice. The cage has got everything it needs in that cage, and then everything's all organised right, and then you've got all your medicines that you need, a hospital cage or in case anything goes wrong, or a carry cage, and then you can just go straight out, buy your birds, put them in there, and put them in there or whatever, and then all should be alright. and then you just carry on reading up about the bird. It depends. You don't have to be obsessed about it. I mean, I'm not saying that you need every little detail, but I mean, the more you've got, the better the chance of survival. Your bird will be happy, and because your bird's happy and he's going to be singing, he'll be singing for you, and you'll be happy, and you'll be happy knowing that your bird's happy. So it's a happy circle, really. I mean, if you plan to just buy a bird and you just keep it in a little dingy cage, which I wouldn't advise, you're not going to have a very happy bird, and you're not going to be very happy when it dies. And there's another thing I do want to mention: when you do buy a bird, the cage is important. The size of the cage is important to the birds. Birds are given wings because they need to fly. There's no point in putting a little cage like the transporter cage I just showed you. That's not ideal for a living condition. That's transported temporary only. Same as a hospital cage. They're only temporary. You want the biggest cage you can get. Bigger the better. And if a bird cannot fly from one perch to the next, that cage is too small. You need another cage. So you make sure you give the bird a big cage. And I know people, you hear it all the time, I see it advertising all the time, you get all these nice big these nice big tall cages, and they're like very narrow. They're for parrots, budgies, parrots, birds that don't fly around much. They're just birds that like to sit there and don't do anything. Finches, they need to fly backwards and forwards. What you need to do is turn that cage on its side, so it's long. And they don't need the height, they just need the length, so that they can fly from side to side. That's how they live. Finches don't fly up and down, they fly side to side. And these people say, these companies, they make these stupid cages and they say it's a finch cage. It's not a finch cage. It doesn't matter if the wires are all small and close together and it looks, yes, because a finch can't get through it, you think it's for a finch, it's not. It's important. The cage must be long and not very high. You can have it high and long if you like, but it's the length that's more important. You can put plenty of plastic greenery and stuff like that in there, so just make it interesting. Finches, I find with most finches, they like to investigate, they like to play, they're very inquisitive, so make it interesting for them. Finches need mental stimulation, they like to play. There's no good just I've seen online where people have got these stupid little cages and they've only got one perch in there. I mean, what's the bird supposed to do? Just jump up and down in one perch all day? Birds don't live like that. They need to fly. If you can't afford a proper sized cage, don't keep any birds. Just go out into a pet shop and look at them. Or go to an aviaries or something where they keep loads of birds. Don't keep them, because it's just not nice for the bird. That's my advice to you. So, it's very important to think about the bird's health. Their mental health is more important than their physical health, because if their mental health is not very good, their physical health will soon follow. So that's what you've got to think. As you can see, my birds are quite friendly. Normally they do come up to you quite often. So I just think if you look after your birds, you make them happy and they make you happy. And that's what it all boils down to, a happy all-round situation. So yeah. Another thing I will mention before I end this introduction is lighting. I will go into some full detail a bit later in another episode. But if you're going to have birds, which was a well-lit position, you don't want it. If you're going to have sunlight coming through the cage, you don't want it on there all day long, where there's no shaded areas, and it's going to be too hot for them. I've seen that so many times, and I did want to bring that up. So make sure they got. I like half the cage lit, half unlit, so that the bird gets fed up in the heat and goes to the cold. If it gets fed up in the cold and dark in there, it can go back to the light. So it's got the choice. That's very important. Think about things like that. And good air circulation in the place. Don't have it cold where it's drafty. They don't like draft, but it's constant drafting on it. So I'll conclude there anyway. If I think of anything, I'll add it in a later video. So, I'll see you then.